Hey guys, James Burns Vlogs here, and today I want to do a little patch discussion for League of Legends. So the way I want to do these patch discussions is basically, once a new patch comes out, I want to play at least 15 games in the patch, and then kind of go over all the champion updates and see what I think about them on the current patch. I'll also tell you guys what my win-loss ratio was, how many games I played exactly, and what champions I played, so that you can kind of get an understanding of where exactly on the ladder I stand, and because it's going to obviously different if you're lower or higher. Alright, so starting this off, I was gold 3 when I started. I've played 17 games, and I actually went 14-3. I had a crazy win streak, so I'm now actually in gold 1, just low in gold 1, and this is what I've seen so far. So we had the Warwick rework, obviously, this patch, and out of all 17 games I played, he got banned 11 times. So only 6 games he was open, and out of those 6 games, he got picked 4 times. So only 2 games out of 17 Warwick saw no pick or ban, which I think is pretty crazy. I mean, it's kind of to be expected, though, with a rework like this. The first game I played against the Warwick, I was against one, and they did not do very well. It was pretty poor. The second game, though, I had one on my team who did really well, and since then it's been kind of up in the air. Sometimes, they do bad, sometimes they do good. Again, I've only seen it in actually 4 games, so I don't know for sure, but it's getting banned, that's roughly like 70% of the time, which is pretty crazy. Out of those 17 games, the bans I saw the most were Warwick, Camille, and Hecarim still. Hecarim, still being a crazy jungler, Camille being a crazy top laner. When Camille does get picked, that team typically does win. And I even saw someone pick Camille's support because Camille was open, and they did not win though. But it would not be that bad of an option from what I saw if they were really good with Camille. Alright, going down the champion updates now. So we got Akali. Akali R was slightly buffed, increased the AP ratio on it. I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 Akalis, and it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm sure for Akali mains, this is a huge thing, but yeah, still not seeing her picked in the mid lane much. Darius, passive reduced in the early levels, and his Q damage reduced when it hits when hit by the handle. I have seen Darius still picked quite a lot top lane. He gets banned, maybe roughly half the time, but he's still a really powerful champion. So the passive, it's reduced in the early levels, but when he gets to late game, it's the same as it was before. So a slight nerf to Darius, but still seeing him picked very frequently. Gragas, base armor increased from 26 to 29, and his passive heal increased from 4% to 6%. I haven't seen a single Gragas. I wish I would though, because seeing a really good Gragas is fantastic, but unfortunately, a lot of them mess up on the ultimate, and I think that's why people don't like picking him maybe, is because it's pretty easy to mess that up, and if you mess that up, you can just, kind of screw up a team fight. Graves' True Grit now refreshes off any instance of damage against non-minions, and apparently it was a bug before at some point, and since they've balanced the game around the bug for so long, they're just making it a thing now, which is interesting. Still seeing a little bit of Graves jungle, same old, not seeing it all the time, doesn't really get banned too much, and yeah, it's okay still, I think. It's a pretty good pick. Katarina was nerfed. Her AP ratio on her E was reduced, which I am happy about because Katarina is super irritating. Still seeing her pick though, still seeing her perform well. Just, a little bit weaker than before, but still a pretty powerful pick, obviously. Lulu was buffed. Her passive does more damage. Also increases every level rather than every 2 levels, and also her Q mana cost was reduced. I'm a support main. I should mention that, I guess. Out of my past 17 games, I played 16 Zyra and 1 Ahri mid. I'm a Zyra one trick pretty much, and I used to like playing Lulu. I think she's a lot of fun. I have seen a Lulu. It seemed okay. It was, pretty powerful. Lulu's a really aggressive, pokey sort of champion, so really annoying, just like Zyra. And I might consider playing her again. I think I mean, obviously, this is a good buff for her, so hopefully she'll see more play because she's actually a lot of fun, and Polymorph is, fantastic. Master Yi was buffed. Passive double strike now searches for a second target, nearby target if the first strike kills the first target. And the W, this is the more interesting buff. W, which is meditation, pauses the duration if his E of his E and R. Also, he gains 1 stack of double strike per second while meditating. So, this buff to E, I saw a lot of people actually picking E right when the patch dropped. Haven't seen too much of it after the first couple days. He's definitely a lot stronger and definitely not that bad of a pick, especially since not seeing as many tanks being played lately. I've played a lot of games recently that had maybe 1 tank per team at most. Some games just had no tanks in the game, or no actual tanks, which is pretty interesting. Nidalee base health increased as well as her human form heal ability. Her W traps now act like wards. They are invisible. have 3 health, and are disabled by control wards. Haven't seen any Nidalee, I don't think. So, I mean, it's Nidalee. She's really good if you're really good at her, but where I'm at, in gold at least, high gold, I haven't really seen Nidalee picked. So Yasuo's E damage was reduced, but it has a 0.2 bonus attack damage ratio put on it now. And I am seeing Yasuo picked a lot. He has not been banned because everyone's banning like all these other champions. You know, Warwick getting banned, like I said, Camille, Hecarim. People ban Katarina, LeBlanc. I haven't seen Yasuo get banned that often, and so he's getting picked very frequently from what I've seen, and he's still a monster on people that are good at him, but you know, people who are bad at him are still feeding. But if you have a good Yasuo on your team, I've seen Yasuo's top and mid work really well this patch. I think the bonus attack damage ratio is actually really good for him because Yasuo could, you know, before it could go really crazy early game, but late game he kind of flattened off, and it was kind of easy to fight against it if you made it to late games, just getting tanky enough. But now this attack damage ratio, I personally, from what I've seen, see that it helps him much more into the late game. Alright, so that's it for my League of Legends patch 7.2 discussions, my sort of little mini analysis on this patch. If you guys have anything else you want to add, leave it in the comments below. We can talk about it. If you've seen anything different, you know, what you're seeing. And yeah, I wanted to do this every patch. I think it's kind of fun to go over it. Helps me get stay a little more focused on my games, and I'm kind of sort of thinking about how these updates are actually affecting my games. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.